Young and the Restless spoilers preview November 4. Phyllis lays down the law and Sally moves on. Phyllis and Summer are upset about Daniel, while Sally gets her groove back in the Monday, November 4 episode of The Young and the Restless, with Billy and Sally enjoying drinks in a hotel room, and Phyllis telling Daniel something serious. For the Monday, November 4 episode of The Young and the Restless, spoilers photos show Phyllis and Summer are upset about Daniel while Sally gets her groove back. These images preview some big moments that you will not want to miss. Billy, Jason Thompson, and Sally, Courtney Hope, enjoy drinks at Society. They sit on the couch and enjoy some wine and whiskey. Sally and Billy smile as they toast each other. It looks like these two enjoy some deep conversation while they're out too. Later, they end up outside a hotel room at the Genoa City Athletic Club. Sally has something in her mouth, and Billy is smiling at her. Before she heads into the room, Sally touches Billy. Will he end up going in with her? Meanwhile, Summer, Allison Lanier, looks absolutely disgusted as she gazes at the alcohol in the Abbott living room. We suspect it's not the alcohol she's upset with, though. She's probably worrying about Chance, Connor Floyd, arresting Daniel, Michael Grazietti. Kyle, Michael Mueller, comes in to talk to her, and they both have their arms crossed. Are they fighting, or is it just a tense conversation? Soon Claire, Haley Aaron, ends up leaving the Abbott mansion. Is she upset that Summer is there? Or did something else happen? Finally, Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, tells her son something serious as they sit on the couches at the GCAC with some coffee or tea. It seems that isn't enough for them, though. They end up at the patio of Crimson Lights. Phyllis is convinced that Sharon Case, frames Daniel. Is Daniel also convinced? She seems firm in whatever she's telling Daniel. Will he be able to clear his name? Check it all out in the slideshow below. As Genoa City buzzes with the whispers of shifting alliances and old grudges, the preview for Asterisk, The Young and the Restless Asterisk on November 4 promises an electrifying showdown that will leave viewers at the edge of their seats. This week, the spotlight turns to two formidable women. Phyllis Summers, who is ready to put her foot down with unyielding resolve, and Sally Spectra, who begins a bold journey towards reinvention. Old conflicts reignite, secrets bubble to the surface, and paths cross in unexpected ways as tensions reach a boiling point. Hashtag Phyllis lays down the law. Phyllis Summers is not one to be trifled with, and she's been watching the subtle machinations in Genoa City long enough. Over the past weeks, she's seen too many strings pulled behind closed doors, with enemies new and old testing the limits of her patience. Now she's ready to take matters into her own hands. It all begins in her favorite setting, the Grand Phoenix lobby, where she holds court with an air of supreme confidence. Dressed in a power suit that commands attention, Phyllis radiates determination. Her eyes narrow as she locks onto her target, none other than Tucker McCall. Tucker's re-entry into Genoa City with whispered alliances and silent stakes in key businesses has left Phyllis on high alert. She senses a threat not only to her own ambitions, but to those she's recently chosen to align herself with. Let's cut to the chase. Tucker, Phyllis snaps, her voice as sharp as glass. You think you can waltz back in and play puppet master with everyone in this town? Not on my watch. Tucker, ever the calm and calculating figure, raises an eyebrow, a half smile playing on his lips. Phyllis, always the queen of drama. But I'm afraid you might be overestimating your power this time. But Phyllis isn't here to be dismissed. She lays out her terms, clear and unwavering, warning Tucker that if he continues to meddle in the affairs of her allies or crosses into her territory, he'll face consequences he's yet to imagine. This is not a woman speaking on impulse, but one who's meticulously planned each step of her power play. The question is, will Tucker heed her warning or press forward into a game that could unravel both of them? #### Sally Spectra's fresh start. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Sally Spectra has decided it's time to reclaim her life and forge a new path, far removed from the romantic turbulence that has defined her recent years. Having survived the tumultuous love triangle involving Nick Newman and Adam Newman, Sally's heart has been pulled in too many directions, leaving her emotionally spent. But Sally isn't one to stay down for long. This week, she turns the page, choosing herself over any man or unsteady ground. Sally's plan begins in the one place she feels she can thrive, the fashion world. She's been quietly working on a relaunch of her brand, a project close to her heart that she once feared was lost forever. In a scene that crackles with hope and renewal, Sally meets Chloe Mitchell at Crimson Lights to share her bold vision. "I want to create something that's unapologetically me, Chloe." A line that speaks to resilience, ambition, and reinvention, Sally says, her eyes glistening with both nerves and excitement. Chloe, ever the supportive friend and sharp business mind, listens intently, nodding with approval. "This town needs a jolt of your style and daring, Sally," Chloe replies with a grin. "You know I'm in. Let's make this happen." The two women hatch a plan to use Newman Media's resources. A risky but thrilling move considering Sally's fraught history with the Newman family. Nick, seeing Sally's renewed focus, approaches her with a mix of admiration and concern. He knows she's determined, but he worries about the possible repercussions. "I know what you're thinking, Nick," Sally says when he approaches her at the coffee house, their gazes locking. "But this isn't about us anymore. It's about me reclaiming who I am." Nick takes a breath, the conflict evident in his expression. He's torn between wanting to support Sally's newfound independence and fearing that the pressures of Genoa City's business world, compounded by his own family drama, could jeopardize her comeback. "If this is what you want, Sally, then I'll be there for you. Just promise me you'll be careful," he says, his voice low and sincere. Sally nods, grateful for the olive branch, but resolute in her course. ###, the aftermath of Phyllis' ultimatum. As the week unfolds, Phyllis' confrontation with Tucker sets off a ripple effect. Tucker, never one to sit idle, begins scheming to counter her bold move. He meets with Ashley Abbott, whose own tangled relationship with Phyllis lends itself to potential betrayals and uneasy alliances. Ashley listens as Tucker spins his narrative, subtly hinting at potential partnerships.